Good afternoon, and welcome to Live News, your source for the most relevant information from Mexico and around the world. Today, we have a full team bringing you the latest in sport, weather, entertainment, local news, and the politics. Let's start with one of the stories that has caused the greatest impact across the country. The influenced Dr. Polo has been accused of taking part in an alleged smart campaign against the reduced drink electorate. Several content creators began criticizing the brand and social media questioning its leavening and ingredients. However, another health influence, Mr. Doctor, relevant that it was a pain campaign with offers of 48,000 pesos for those who smoked negatively about the product. After their claims surfaced, Dr. Polo went and found for heavy precedent in the against involvement in the controversy. And now we go to our college, Angel Ernesto, who brings you on the latest sport news.
Hello guys, how are you? Here for the news sports. Well, let's remember what happened to the sports in the month of September. Of course, there is a new world champion in the world of boxing. Saul Canelo Alvarez lost his four super middleweight titles versus Terence Crawford. 4 titles. Well, the fight was September 13. In other news, the UEFA Champions League return with victories with high-class teams such as Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester City, PSG, which is the current champions of the tournament, and none other than Bayern Munich. Also, let's not forget that the next year we will have the beginning of the 2020-2026 World Cup, where the countries Mexico, United States, Canada will host the prestigious tournament. In other news, it is more than certain that in the March 2026 we will have the visit of an international match with one of the best international teams in the world, which is Portugal. And of course, yes, and hear it, we will have the visit of the best player in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is the best player in the world. Save the date, and we will see you in the next news. You don't forget, March 2026, Cristiano Ronaldo here.
Thank you, Ernesto. A sport schedule that will keep fans talking from boxing and the international football. Now, let's go to Cesar, who will give us the weather report for Cancun and the Yucatan Peninsula.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the waiting first cup for today or the next couple of days in the northern Yucatan Peninsula. Starting with Cancun, today temperature are between the 29 and the 13 degrees. We have the humidity and the thunderstorm expected of the afternoon and evening. If you're heading out, don't forget your umbrella. In Playa del Carmen, the conditions are quite similar, high around the 29 degrees. Tropical air and the off the storm with thunder. In the crowded Yucatan Peninsula, today will say temperature ranging from 29 and 31 degrees, with scattered thunderstorm in the region. Looking ahead into tomorrow, in the pattern stay the same. You mean the air in solid afternoon storm, especially in the Cancun and Playa del Carmen. In the day after tomorrow, rain continued, but with less intensity, expecting the fair the more and the sun breaks. Is although the humidity will remain high. So the third day of her humidity and the storm across the region. Enjoy the time, but always keep your eyes in the sky. Now, in my partner, it say on the local news.
Thanks, Cesar. Very important to stay alert and to prepare during these rainy days. Now we go to Alan Yael, who will bring you the latest in the entertainment.
Thanks for watching, guys. Attention Pokemon trainers, this past weekend, Cancun became the epicenter of Pokemon Go City Safari 2025. One of the most anticipated events for fans around the globe. Thousands of locals, nationals, and international players got there to enjoy an experience that combined augmented reality, city exploration, and of course, tons of fun. Cancun was one of the only 5 cities worldwide chosen to host this event, alongside Amsterdam, Valencia, Vancouver, and Bangkok. Hotspots included Playa Langosta, Parque Las Palapas, Marina Puerto Cancún, and Plaza La Isla. But beyond catching Pokemon, the event made a big impact. It boosted the local economy, strengthened the gamer community, and positioned Cancun as a top destination for digital and internet tourism. Thanks for watching, guys. Back to you, Mac. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Alan. What a great event. Cancun continues to be an important spot for tourism and fun. Now we go.
Hello, thanks Mac. My name is Carlos Alejandro. I'm going to talk about the local news. In this local news, I'm going to talk about 2 notices. First notice, it's very sad, and second notice, it's a blackout on Peninsula de Yucatan. Okay? First notice, it was on Luis Donaldo Colosio near the airport. Is a car lost on the Wheel Road. It crashes in another car. The crash was very strong, and 7 people died in this accident. Among them was a family. The family included a mother, a father, and 2 small children. Also, other people lost their lives in this tragedy. Second notice, it's a blackout in Yucatan Peninsula. It was on Friday. It's a massive blackout happened. It started around 3 o'clock. It affected the states of Yucatan, Campeche, and Quintana Roo. More than 2 million people had no electricity. The cause was a problem with a transmission line. The electrical company and the government worked fast. Power come back in the evening. By night, electricity was normal again. This story reminds us of the importance of getting and staying informed about what happens in our community. That's all for local news. Back to you, Mac. Bye.
Thank you, Carlos. Sad news, but crucial to keep is alert. Now we close with Sebastian, who will give his and use the latest political updates.
Good evening. I am Sebastian. I'm going to talk about the politicals in Quintana Roo. Here in Quintana Roo, the focus was on security and legislation. The state Congress approved the federal reforms against extortion. becoming one of the first in the country to begin in Cancun a pilot program will place cameras in 200 taxis connected to the CFAL monitoring system to reinforce safety in the tourist zone. Political debate also gripped as Rafael Marinero signaling his bid for the governorships, while social tensions rose in Felipe Carrillo Puerto over unresolved agreements with local ejidatarios, and citizens took part in a consultation on public transport fares linking and possibly increased the modernization of service. On the national level, President Claudia Sheinbaum delivering her first annual report highlighting the approvals of 29 constitutional reforms, including changes to the judiciary and making extortion and serious crime Mexico and the United States. Also launched Mission Fire Force to stop illegal arms trafficking, with debates on electoral and judicial reforms continue to move closer with the federal governments, reporting on the lowest homicide rate in recent years. This is everything. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Sebas. A great step forward and reinforce safety in the city. And that concludes today's edition on behalf of the entire team. Thank you for joining us. I'm Cahum Angel Enrique, and this was Live News. See you in the next broadcast.